Hey folks, I'm back. Got the computer back. Really quick like too, because I sent it on Tuesday. Here it is Monday, and it's back. So it said 7 to 10 business days, but that was in what 6 days total. So they're pretty quick. So as I'm recording this, it's Halloween, so happy Halloween. Um, if you saw me commenting on a few things in between, it was on my older computer. And it can only do the bare minimum. So I couldn't really. I tried recording once, and half of it was like, like that. So I'm just doing a vlog. Haven't done much. Just been working, playing video games. I played Evil Dead Regeneration for PS2. Fun game, although it's a shitty ending. Just I don't know, if I do a review on a game, um, for those wondering, the problem with the computer, I guess it was a hard disk, like bad sectors and a hard disk. I don't know how that's caused. I don't know if it's a virus or just overheating. But if you hear noise, I have one of those coolers, like right below. It's a cooling unit, so they cool it down. Some say that by shutting this off and on, shutting it down, it hurts it. So I'm like, then someone else told me that when you don't shut it down, it hurts it. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know how to properly maintain it. I'm not good with maintaining computers. That's just the fact. So probably I'm just going to be one of those guys who extends the warranty. So when the warranty becomes near, I'll probably just extend it, pay for it my own money. Well, of course my own money, but I mean. But anyway, right now it's working fine, and I'm going to be using this main cooling unit. So again, if you hear noise, that's what it is. It'll only help. But mainly I've just been watching last bits of CSI Miami. Those DVDs I bought a while ago gave me time to watch those. Have a little bit to watch. I have watched a couple films. Let's see what to talk about first. I'll talk about some of the films I've seen so far. And my nose is itching. So now it's going to look like I'm picking my nose. Not only that, but I was working and like my lips got chapped, and I think I rubbed too hard, so now it's like it almost feels like you got sunburn. You need like chapstick or something. 3 minutes and I haven't talked about anything. Like, I got water here, shit. One thing I realized is I did the Friday 13 reviews, and I'm wondering why the fuck did I not wear this? All this Friday 13 review marathon, and I didn't think to wear this shirt. When you don't plan ahead. But I saw Hanna, just because. I know a good guy on here, just some dude. He had seen the film a while ago, and he didn't like it. And I gotta be honest, I agree. Hanna, I remember I looked up this movie when I was trying to record this on the shitty computer. For some reason, I kept thinking the lead girl's name was Shira. That went a little diatribe on, it's not okay, her name's not really Shira, but how come they never made a She-Ra movie? They made a He-Man movie. They're trying to make a He-Man movie, but how come they didn't make a She-Ra movie? It's like, oh, women. Nah, that sounds sexist. I don't mean to be sexist, but women being action heroes are big, but yet they don't make She-Ra the movie. Strange. But I don't know why I thought her name was She-Ra. Her real name is Saoirse Ronan. Girl who got a lot of praise from a performance in Atonement. She was also in Peter Jackson's The Lovely Bones. She stars in this. Also, Erebana, Kate Blanchett. Directed by this guy, Joe Wright, who directed Atonement and Pride and Prejudice. So really, the guy doesn't know anything about action films. And Hanna was just a very boring. If you like the film, that's cool. Don't mean to be rude about it. But it is, for me personally, a very boring film. A very uneventful film. It got 70-some% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand why, personally. I thought it was a very fucking boring movie. All is this girl, Hanna. She's like 15, 16 years old. She's living out there in the woods with Erebana. In the wilderness. The first scene is she like kills a reindeer. And her whole point is that she's been trained since she was born to be an assassin. And Erebana's like, when the time comes, you're ready. Here's the switch, flip it. And she does, so as the time's ready, and a bunch of men come. They take her, because they were looking for Erebana. They find her there. They take her back. And Hanna's job is to kill Cate Blanchett's character. It's like a CIA officer. The weird thing was, Erebana never shows Hanna a picture of who Cate Blanchett looks like. You would think, hell, 10, 12, 14 years of teaching this girl for this one event to kill this one person. You can't think to, okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take a picture when she's heading out to McDonald's or heading to the bathroom. Click, take the picture, show it to her. This is what she looks like. Okay, go for it. No, because when they get her to this facility, Cate Blanchett does a smart thing, sends in a double. Hanna asks for her, she sends in the double with red hair. So Hanna thinks it's that character and snaps her neck and fucking escapes. And like, all this training and not one picture you could have taken. Sit in the fucking outskirts, wait for she's coming home and boom. Hey, what do I know? But then Hanna, she escapes. She's in the fucking desert. She gets picked up by family. She learns, oh, you know, oh, that's a TV. And, you know, she doesn't know much about technology. I'm like, you train her to be an assassin, but you don't have her give an inkling of anything about technology? What the fuck? Like, that's a shitty assassin. He was an assassin, but they don't know anything about TVs or... Wetting myself because damn lips. Got charred off talking smack over this movie. It ends with Erebana gets killed. Hanna and Cate Blanchett have a face-off. Kills Cate Blanchett much like she killed a deer in the beginning. Because I guess she learns about, you know, humanity and doesn't want to kill anymore. I'm like, Universal Soldier did this so much fucking better, faster paced, and more entertaining, and in my opinion, better actors as well. Hanna was just very boring, mediocre. Oh, the whole thing is you find out Hanna was part of this experiment to create like super soldiers. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just watch Universal Soldier or Universal Soldier: The Return for fuck's sake. Half-ass lame action scenes. That's very few and far in between, and when they are, nothing special they haven't seen 50 other times. Hanna's forgettable shit. Let's see. Itching my nose again. I'm not picking it. There we go. Let's see. Red State. Saw that. Directed by Kevin Smith. Once again, I thought Red State was pretty awful. I know Movie Guru Joe, another good guy on here, did a funny rant on it. And I agree with him. Red State, I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. But lately, Zack and Miri, I didn't care for. Jersey Girl, I'm not really a big fan of, but it's okay. But I like the commentaries more. Special features make that DVD worth the purchase. Coach 2 was great. But Zack and Miri was crappy. I didn't really have fun with Zack and Miri. I thought it was really Kevin Smith trying very hard to make a Judd Apatow film, was starring Seth Rogen. And he was told, oh, it's a sure thing, it's going to be a huge hit, this is going to be the film that makes $100 million or whatever, it's going to be a huge hit. It didn't. He got very depressed, smoked a lot of weed, and then now he smokes weed a lot. He's admitted he smokes weed a lot. Then you had Cop Out. I know I first saw Cop Out, I gave it praise. That's why that review is no longer on my channel, because I changed my mind on Cop Out. I didn't change my mind because someone told me to. I mean, fuck, if that was the case, I would change my mind on Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which everybody loves that movie. Or the Thing Premake. And let me specify in the Thing Premake review. Yes, I know I got one thing wrong. The guy at the end, he does look like the guy at the beginning of John Carpenter's Thing. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I was still trying to validate it because the daughters are not precise. They're not the same. It's a fucking teeny-weeny bullshit thing. But that person wanted to give me flack on it. Fuck it, I'm still right. It's the daughters are not the same. The one in the original is thinner. Like this. And the pre-make is like this. Like thicker than shit. Thicker than my dick. But yeah, okay, I'm pretty much wrong. But everything else I agree with, okay? Especially when they have shit like in John Carpenter's Thing. Remember in John Carpenter's Thing, they're watching the TV, the videotapes of Norwegians, and they were putting the thermal charges? That never happens in the pre-make. Just like you never see the guy who killed himself, except the end credits. I'm like, who the fuck was that? All those thermite charges you put in there, where the fuck did that scene go? See, as a prequel, it fucks up, but I did that rant. If you like the film, great. I'm not changing my opinion. I hate that fucking movie. It, for me, it's the worst fucking movie I've seen all year. I'm sorry. It's my opinion, my channel. And Red State, I mean, like, Cop Out, yes. I gave it praise when I first saw it. I bought the Blu-ray. I hated it. This feature sucked, and I sold the Blu-ray. Cop Out, the problem with Cop Out is fucking Tracy Morgan is #1 problem for me in Cop Out. I was trying to deal with him the first time. I like Bruce Willis in the film, but I watch it again, and it's not that funny. It wasn't fun. I didn't laugh once when I saw it again the second time. I watched Stripes, Ghostbusters, even Evolution with David Duchovny, and get laughs. Not with Cop Out. I didn't watch Clerks 10 times in a row and get laughs. Same with Mallrats. Same with Chasing Amy. Same with Dogma. Jamestown Bob Straight Back. Not with Cop Out. And Tracy Morgan was so annoying, so loud, so over the top. I know Bruce Willis, more like Kevin Smith, pretty much hated on Bruce Willis after the film, saying, oh, you know, I didn't get any help from this guy. I'm like, what the fuck is Bruce Willis supposed to do? Oh, Bruce Willis treated me like shit. Dude, if you're smoking weed all the time and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, Bruce Willis is not, you know, he's probably not going to take some of that shit. This is one where I gotta be against Kevin Smith on. I was going to say Will Smith. Kevin Smith on. Bruce Willis has worked with a lot of different directors. I mean, you think about, this guy has worked with, if I look, okay, John McTiernan. He's worked with, who's the guy who did that movie, In Country? Yeah, that was a good performance. Norman Jewison, who directed the original Rollerball, among other stuff, and In Country. He directed, okay, John McTiernan, of course, like I said. Rennie Harlan, of course, Michael Bay. Tony Scott, Robert Zemeckis. He's worked with Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. He's worked with, why did I forget his name already? Terry Gilliam. I forgot his name. But think about it. You know, Terry Gilliam, he's worked with Norman Jewison, John McTiernan. He's worked with Luc Besson. Like I said, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez. Like I said, Michael Bay. Edward Zwick, who Ed Zwick, who directed Glory. He worked with that guy. M. Night Shyamalan when he was good. He's worked with a lot of it. Richard Donner for 16 Blocks. He's worked with a lot of stuff. Stallone and the Expendables. And I don't see these guys bashing on Bruce Willis saying, oh, he was fucking this and that. I don't see them doing it. Live Free or Die, when that film, Bruce Willis and the director did commentary together. And Bruce was like, oh, I'd love to work with him again. You know? And that Shyamalan, he wasn't a dick on The Sixth Sense because he worked together on Unbreakable. Walter Hill and Last Man Standing. Again, you don't see these guys, oh yeah, this guy will be fucking asshole. I don't see Terry Gilliam talking shit about Bruce Willis. I don't. So I don't fucking get it. I mean, maybe it's Tim Smith doing all the fucking weed and not knowing what the fuck he was doing. And you see Cop Out, it's like, I saw the other movie, The Other Guys. I'm like, Mark Wahlberg and fucking Will Ferrell, really? But that was much better. I would have put my money on Bruce Willis and Kevin Smith. But no, Kevin Smith, I'm sorry. He does not know how to do action films. He wants to. I know he wants to play about Chris bashing it, but it's like, dude, that's their jobs. I understand, but you know, you've been in this business how long? You can't figure that out. So this is one where I go against Kevin Smith. Oh, I didn't get any help from Bruce Willis. It was soul crushing. I'm like, dude, you're smoking weed all the time. Bruce Willis is like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't hear anyone else complain about Bruce Willis on Cop Out. Only Kevin Smith. Is like, stop smoking your fucking weed. See, ever since, not even, Clerks 2 was great. Ever since Zach and Mary made a porno. You see, he's been trying to stretch out. But even the stretching out, it's not like, it's like, dude, you can stretch out, but bring yourself to it. Zach and Mary did not feel like a Kevin Smith film. It felt like he's trying so hard to make Judd Apatow movie. Cop Out. He's trying so hard to make... He didn't write the script for Cop Out. That was the problem with that. Big problem. And Tracy Morgan... You could have had anybody. You could have had Eddie Murphy. You could have had Martin Lawrence. You could have had fucking Mike Epps. Mike Epps would have been perfect. I love All About the Benjamins that Mike Epps did with Ice Cube. Next Friday... Mike Epps is hilarious. I wasn't a big fan of the Resident Evil films because I don't think you need that type of comic character in Resident Evil. But Mike Epps, I like him. Could have had him in there. He would have been much better than Tracy Morgan. Chris Rock would have been better. Hell, does it have to be a white guy and a black guy? It could have been two white guys. Hell, Ben Affleck, he works well with Kevin Smith. It could have been a lot of people. It could have been a lot of fucking people you could have had in that movie. A lot of people. I mean, I don't know who else. I mean, you bring a list and maybe I can look, but you could have had a lot of people. Tracy Morgan was the worst choice. He's very fucking annoying. And so yeah, I do change my opinion on Cop Out. I don't like the film. If I ever do a review of that again, I will mention that and I will say why it's fucking shitty. If I ever do a review of Kevin Smith movies, all of them. Red State, it sucked. I agree with Joe, Movie Guru. I agree with Joe. It's not a horror film. Don't call it a horror film. It's a fucking movie about it basically starts out like it's trying to be like Hostel. 3 kids, they're horny, they're going to fuck this one woman because they put an ad like on Craigslist or something like that. But they get drugged by the girl. They're in this religious they're in a church. Supposed to be based on Phelps, you know, the type of guy who, you know, they would protest gay soldiers for coming back. Like, they protest at funerals for gay people. And like actual protests against the families. Like, their sons and daughters have died. just because they happen to be gay, they'd be protesting at the funerals. I mean, the scumbags of the earth. Michael Parks from Dusk Till Dawn, among other films. He's the Reverend. These kids go in. This fourth guy's being wrapped up. Michael Parks talks for like, I swear, like 30 minutes. I swear, he's like 20-30 minutes of just talking and preaching about the sins and the sexual desires and the homosexuals. One of the kids breaks out. Him and this bad guy, they shoot each other and kill each other. I forget how the other guy dies. It might have been he was escaping. And basically, by this point, now you have John Goodman and this group of like FBI, where the fuck. They're there, and there's like, come on out with your hands out. One person comes out, and the stupid sheriff shoots the kid. But John Goodman gets pissed at him. I know Joe didn't like John Goodman. I don't mind John Goodman. It's just that he wasn't written a good role. I think acting-wise, John Goodman did as much as he could. It's not that I don't buy John Goodman in that role. It's just that it should have been written better. And Kevin Smith should know about writing characters. But you watch this film, you fucking would not know. I don't give a fuck if Tarantino praised this film. I don't give a fucking shit. This film is too fucking talking. This film from a guy who didn't mind Death Proof. And I think this film is way too fucking talky. Just incessant talking, and then basically the second half is them like a shootout between John Goodman and his guys against, and basically he gets the call. They have to kill everybody because of this one fuck up by the sheriff douche. They have to kill everybody. Kill everybody. And inside you have a little bit of drama. You have Kyle Gallner, who's given nothing good to do. Say, fuck you, I'm not going to help you. You guys try to kill me. Ultimately, him and the girl are there. Get outside. John Goodman has them. Doesn't shoot, but some guy behind him shoots him. And says, just following orders, sir. And so, there's no one to like in the movie. John Goodman, you can't quite like because he gave out the order that he was told to kill everybody, and this guy's like, well, we can't do that, and John Goodman's like, we got our orders. And so, of course, later on, that same guy, he's the one who does the orders. And then John Goodman's horrified, like, now you don't be... Michael Parks, he's a bad guy. The teenagers are fucking unlikable. It's not even a horror film. It is like a... You know, you would see the fucking ending of what the fuck? Dead Bane. You know, you have a shootout between enforcement and this group of people who have shitty ass views. Only those were white supremacists. You would not call Dead Bane a fucking horror movie. Reservoir Dogs, he cuts the guy's ear and burn him up. You don't call that a horror movie. Reservoir Dogs. Pulp Fiction, boom, oh shit, I shot him in the face. You don't call Pulp Fiction a fucking horror movie. This movie, this is more of a horror movie than Red State. Cutting heads off, ripping throats out, bad guys throwing kids in fire. That's more of a horror movie than this movie. Red State should not be called a horror film. See, I think what would have been cool if Kevin Smith knows how to write dialogue, teenagers. His version of a slasher movie. A slasher movie, like Hatchet done the right way. With actual likable characters, fun dialogue, a smart slasher movie maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's boring. It feels too long. Maybe it's not too long, but it feels long. It's way too fucking talky. It's not a horror film. You don't give a fuck about one character, not one. And it has a horrible ending where they hear the siren. Michael Parks and his group say, oh, it's the rapture. Walks right up to John Goodman. And it cuts to John Goodman sitting in this little room, talking to his superiors, explaining what happened next. So you get more fucking talking. What happened next? Well, sir, we found out it was not the rapture, and I headbutted the suspect. And we found out that the siren was actually some pot smokers who had the siren to piss them off from time to time. I'm like, from time to time, but yet they didn't notice this time. And of course, the pot smokers are the heroes, right? Kevin Smith, you pot smoking fuck. That's hard to say because I'm a fan of Kevin Smith, but he may be a great guy in real life. His podcasts are fun to listen to, but he's lost the golden touch. The golden touch, yeah, he lost it. He lost his mojo. He lost his fucking shit. Zack and Miri, Cop Out, this fucking movie, 3 strikes out. I know this new one, he's making one more movie, Hit Somebody, which he wants to put into 2 parts like Kill Bill. Doesn't fucking need that. That's stupid. Hit Somebody, and that's going to be his last film. And honestly, it's sad for me to say that's probably a good thing. That's sad. I'm a fan of Kevin Smith. I like Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy and Dogma and Jane Silent Bob Strike Back and Clerks 2. But if I think about it, most of them is his universe that he's created. When he tries to stretch out, Jersey Girl wasn't really that great. That was his version of trying to do like a father-daughter drama. His version of an action film, a horror film. You know, a different kind of Judd Apatow comedy. He fails and falls on his face. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just, for some reason, he doesn't take that. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't work. And even I will admit, even his DVDs at the time was an event. His DVDs, fun as hell commentaries. Sometimes more entertaining than the movie, but fun as hell commentaries. But then Zack and Miri make a porno, no commentary, so-so documentary. Cop Out, lame as Blu-ray. The Blu-ray, I swear, you watch the little comedy mode, the movie becomes like 2-3 hours. And it's not entertaining at all. You find nothing, no info on the movie. It's like the Dancing Monkey Show or something. It's just, Kevin Smith usually is a guy who tells the backstory, tells it like it is. He should admit it. Well, you know what, this is what happened to Bruce Willis, you know, da-da-da-da. Just say it right out. But no. Pussyfoots around. Didn't really, 3 hours and I didn't learn anything about Cop Out. Fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Just a very, and the guy's just now, you know, he wants to do podcasts. Fine, he should just do podcasts. But he's lost his juice as a director. Kevin Smith, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what it was. Zack and Miri, it flopped. He became a pot smoker, and you know the pot smoking didn't work. Cop Out, Red State, bid proof. Red State, this is the film you've been wanting to make, and it's a boring ass thriller. I'm not gonna call it a horror movie. Fucking Along Came a Spider with fucking Morgan Freeman, that's more of a horror movie than this one. Kiss the Girls is more of a horror movie than Red State. You know. I'm sorry, it sucked. So I saw Hanna, I saw Red State. If you like the film, cool, but it's a boring ass movie. Too damn slow, too fucking damn talkative, and nothing interesting being said. No one to like in the film. And a shitty, anticlimactic ending. It's not even an ending. It just, it's like, you know, fucking gone limp. Limp dick. I saw some Jeff Dunham, the comedian, the ventriloquist guy. Had a lot of fun. You know, I had heard of Jeff Dunham before, but I watched his stuff again, including his new DVD, Control Chaos. I don't mind him. Weirdly enough, the one dummy I liked the most was Ahmed, the dead terrorist. I dare you. Sounds very un-PC, but the way it's handled very funny, and I think responsibly. And I don't know, Jeff Dunham I have a lot of fun with. I would like to get some of his DVDs if I can find them cheap somewhere. Just I'm a cheapskate. That's why. Very funny though. So that's stuff I've watched. Probably after this, might do a review of Hellraiser Revelation. Either before this review, so you've seen it, or after this, it's going to be a review of Hellraiser Revelations, because I know some people have given me links to it. Thank you very much. I've seen the film, wrote notes down. I saw the film a long time ago, actually, and I wrote notes down. And thank you to those guys who were helping me out, like Mike OCP Communications, Jason vs. the 13th, and many others. Thank you very much for that. But anyway, I wanted to mention some news. Just looking through news. Bill Paxton is thinking of directing a movie on Kung Fu, the TV series, which I thought was a very weird choice. Like, really? Expendables 2, there was an accident on set and a stuntman got killed during second unit. So none of the actors, Stallone or even the director was there. It was second unit doing stuff, and the stuntman got killed, which is always sad. It's very dangerous business. Some guy named John Glenn, for split second I thought the astronaut. The only thing I mention is that it's described as Die Hard in a spaceship. And John Glenn is actually the writer of Eagle Eye. And I really liked Eagle Eye. I think Eagle Eye is a very fucking underrated movie. A lot of people bitch about that movie. Oh, it's logic. I'm like, it's a fucking movie about an artificial intelligence. They're not real. Duh. And you're bitching about... It's like bitching about Star Wars because it's unrealistic. In a way it is. I mean, for fuck's sake. Oh, how you know this has happened? I don't know. Create a fucking AI intelligence and then we'll see if it actually would happen. They're going to come up with 2 more Cabin Fever films, filming back-to-back, Patient Zero and Outbreak. Do you really fucking need 2 more Cabin Fever movies? That's fucking stupid. Paranormal Activity 3, I know when that came out, that broke box office records. Like, at least for the month of October, I mean, it was a huge hit. And now, as I'm talking now, Puss in Boots got #1. What I'm happy about is that the Thing Premake got out of the top 10 and has only made $15 million total on a $35 million budget. I can't wait till my friends Mike and Effrey see that movie. If they like the film, then that's cool. But I have an inkling that they won't. And that movie just fucking... Hopefully that means I'll have a quick trip to DVD so that my friends can see it. I was actually wanting to let them find a copy online, but every copy online is shitty quality. Because I know they're not going to go pay to see it in the theater like I did. But yeah, I got to do a funny rant that pissed people off. If you like the Premake, be my guest. It's not a remake. I know, that's why I say it's a Premake. Robert De Niro and John Travolta are co-starring in a film called The Killing Season. Okay. Oh, cool. Mark Steven Johnson will direct. I like this director. Because Mark Steven Johnson, he did Ghost Rider and Daredevil. 2 films that I don't understand why people bitch about it. I know they're not perfect. Daredevil has some shoddy CGI at times. But Daredevil, I would go bold to say, both the theatrical and the director's cut of Daredevil are way better than any Spider-Man movie. I'll buy Ben Affleck a fuckload more than Tobey Maguire's crying. When fucking Ben Affleck cried, it was for a reason. And you bought it. It was more subtle. Tobey Maguire? I'm like, grab a fucking toilet paper roll for how much you're crying. I know you're going through deep shit, but so did fucking a lot of people. And you're not fucking funny. I don't know. That's another topic, another day. But Marcy and Johnson finally began to direct again with Robert De Niro and John Travolta. Killing Season, previously known as Shrapnel. An action movie set in the Appalachian Mountains about an American military veteran, Robert De Niro, who has retreated to a remote cabin in the woods. When a rare visitor, John Travolta, appears on the scene, the two men strike up an unlikely friendship. But the visitor is a former soldier bent on revenge. What follows is a tense action-packed battle across some of America's most forbidding landscape that proves an old adage: the purest form of war is one-on-one. Wow, Robert De Niro and John Travolta are going to try to kill each other with Marcy and Johnson? That's cool, because this made me think of The Hunted with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones, and that's an underrated fucking movie. I love The Hunted. I don't understand why that film got flopped and got bitched on. I'd see this movie, because I like this director. I like Ghost Rider. I like this plot idea. I'd like to see this movie. And it's by a New Image Millennium Films. Same guy who released Rambo and The Expendables. So, let's see. Mickey Rourke says that Marvel's ruined Iron Man 2. Okay. Fraggle Rock. New Regency Studios are going to try to make the Fraggle Rock movie. I just had one time, and then they said, no, we're not doing it. But now they are. There's talks of maybe making a CGI since Alvin the Chipmunks got successful. I'm like, I don't know, I didn't grow up with Fraggle Rock. James Mangold on his plans for the Wolverine. I didn't see 310 to Yuma, but I do like Copland, which James Mangold directed. What's his plans? It's kind of an adventure following such a unique character, also in a really unique environment. If I'm stuttering. The fact that half the characters in the movie speak Japanese, this is like a foreign language superhero movie that's not as much a drama and detective story and a film noir with high-octane action as it is anything like a conventional tempo film. Well, you don't do like the Hulk, the Ang Lee one. It's much more about loading getting lost in this very unique and insulated world of Japanese culture, gangster culture, and ninja culture. The fighting is going to be unique because it's all influenced by Japanese martial arts. Uh-oh, this is a problem. I think more than anything, it's a character piece. Uh-oh. Asking really interesting questions that are what pulled me in about what it means to be immortal. How about this? How about this? Let it be about Wolverine cutting the shit out of ninjas. Instead of... Because that worries me. That makes me think of X-Men First bullshit. It's about the kid. I don't give a fuck. I want to see Wolverine whip some ass. That's what I want to see in fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine. Him whip some ass. He did not whip enough ass. Not nearly enough. For fuck's sake, it's his movie, and he whipped more ass in X-Men 3. The Last Stand, he whipped more ass in that movie than he does in his own movie. How the fuck does that happen? Schwarzenegger is linked to another movie, but I'm thankful it's not T4. It's a film called Black Sands. Basically, Schwarzenegger fighting a weapons dealer, a Southwest arms dealer. Not much for the plot, but the thing is, he's doing The Expendables 2, he's doing The Last Stand, and supposedly he's going to be doing this movie. The reason I did that is because Arnold is not going back to T4. I'm fucked. I mean T5. I keep saying T4, but there was Salvation. T5, I should say. T5, Terminator 5. He's not going back to Terminator. I'm glad. I want to, and he's not doing some bullshit drama movie. Like this fucking thing with the horses. I want to see him do action. I think Arnold can pull off acting in the fact that I like End of Days. I'm sorry, I like End of Days. The Sixth Day I can watch. I know not everybody likes that film. It is PG-13, but I can watch The Sixth Day a hell lot more than most action films today. This is Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. So, I'll look forward to that. I know Sylvester Stallone might do the movie The Tomb, which I guess at one time Bruce Willis was going to do and Schwarzenegger was going to do. I look forward to this too. I actually look forward to this more than that Bullet to the Head movie, because I thought I liked the plot for this better. Basically, Stallone's character is going to be a guy who's an expert at designing prisons, but then he's framed for a crime, and he's put in the very type of prison he helped create, and he has to try to escape and clear his name. Which I like. It's like you take Lockup, but you put more of an action beat, like well, not Fortress, but that'd be cool. Stallone in Fortress with Christopher Lambert. But I like that. It's like this high-tech security prison. So maybe it will look at, I don't know, sci-fi, but, you know, have that type of feeling. You know, high-tech prison. And it's like Lockup meets more of an action movie. I look forward to that. Although when I first saw that title, I thought, oh, it's a horror movie? He goes in a tomb and fucks up mummies or something. Fucks up vampires. That'd be cool, Stallone fucking up vampires. The writers of the Beetlejuice sequel says they want Michael Keaton and Tim Burton or they won't do the film. Well, that's a smart idea. If Michael Keaton and Tim Burton came back to do Beetlejuice 2, then I'm for it. If not, fuck it. For people who like that movie District B13, which I have not seen yet, I've heard a lot. Apparently District B13, that movie is getting a remake with starring Paul Walker. I don't know about that. I really don't know about that shit. I was looking to see if there's any more news. Now coming out is that movie Tower Heist, which I know Eddie Murphy said now he's writing like an alien comedy. Because I guess Eddie Murphy, when he went into that film Tower Heist, he thought at first it was going to be, you know, almost all black cast. So it would be like Chris Tucker and Chris Rock. But it wasn't, of course. He's like one of the only black guys in the movie. But apparently he's writing a film, an alien film, something about these buddies get abducted, and he wants, you know, like an all-black cast like Chris Rock and Chris Tucker, and I'm like, whatever, dude. You wrote Norbit. I know some people like Norbit, but Norbit is like one of the worst fucking comedies ever. It's so fucking unfunny that I want to spit at the screen. God. I think you also helped with fucking, what? Vampire. What was the last time you did sci-fi? Pluto Nash and Meet Dave. And those films... Pluto Nash wasn't as awful as everybody said it was, but it's not a film I rewatch. I'm like, oh, look at this funny joke. Hillary Clinton's on the bills. That's so fun. And Meet Dave, I was not a fan of Meet Dave. So, whatever. It's probably gonna suck. There's some people trying to write a sequel to Dumb and Dumber. Which I know, like, the Farrelly Brothers, they are doing the Three Stooges movie because there's actually pictures on set. There's actually a teaser poster. So the film is being done. They actually are doing the Three Stooges movie. They cast the three people. They're filming it. It's a bad idea. Because you're not going to recapture that. There's no fucking way you're going to recapture that shit. There's no fucking way at all. No fucking way. Fucking stupid. In my opinion. But anyway, this is about two writers who've been hired to do Dumb and Dumber sequel. Jim Carrey said this past June, we're talking about maybe returning to some old characters that everyone has been asking about. Maybe Bruce Almighty sequel, like Evan Almighty. I guess you mean a natural sequel to it. We're talking about maybe another Dumb and Dumber. Seems like the Farrelly Brothers want to make it the follow-up to next year's The Three Stooges, reuniting Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. If you got Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels back together, I would see the movie, because I like Dumb and Dumber. And, you know, who knows? I never thought the fucking Three Stooges movie would actually get made, but they actually are doing it. Fucking stupid. Bullshit. You're not gonna recreate the shit. It's gonna be fucking... Just like this is a stupid idea, but Eddie Murphy. They're not gonna do a Beverly Hills Cop 4, but he wants to do a TV series. He wants to produce a TV show starring Axel Foley's son. And Axel is the chief of police now in Detroit. I do the pilot, show up here and there. He said none of the movie scripts were right. It was trying to force the premise. If you have to force something, you shouldn't be doing it. It was always a rehash of the old thing. It was always wrong. This is him talking about all the scripts for Beverly Hills Cop 4. I'm like, you should have said that with Beverly Hills Cop 3. Yeah, a fucking TV series. So what the fuck is the TV series going to be? Every week, his son is going to go to Beverly Hills and do some shit and then go back to Detroit? Shit, there's some Beverly Hills again. Phew. Fucking stupid. A TV series? Weren't the movies R-rated? I mean, fucking stupid. The point of Beverly Hills Cop was Eddie Murphy. So when Eddie Murphy's not even going to star in the fucking thing, you really think people don't give a shit about who the fuck you cast? Fucking stupid ideas. Stupid fucking ideas. Shia LaBeouf, I know he died in like a bar fight. He did some loud bar fights because people get, you know, oh, you fucking suck. You're Sam? Fuck you. I'm like, leave the dude alone. I mean, I know the guy is just, you gotta stop going to bars, man. Just stop. You want to drink, just drink at home. But, yeah, it sucks. Sucks. Leave the guy alone. Well, if he started, well, then it's his own fault. But if he didn't, then leave him the fuck alone. Because I didn't see people be like, oh, fuck Sam. Fuck Shia. Leave the dude alone. He had beat up Tobey Maguire. Okay, no. Should not be beating anyone up. That's not right. Steven Spielberg, well, he also doesn't like Indiana Jones 4. What the fuck is a big deal? Indiana Jones 4 is a good movie. It's not that fucking bad. That special effects I could buy a fuckload more than the Thing Premake. At least, the Thing Premake, even if the effects were perfect, there's still 100 things to complain about that movie. The acting, no characters, no personalities in any of the actors. As a prequel, it sucks. It doesn't do things. It doesn't set things up right, like the thermal charges and the fucking... Boring. Boring and boring. The monster was fucking ridiculous. Indiana Jones 4, Harrison Ford was great. Karen Allen, nice to see her back. Some of the action scenes were fun, especially the opening. Oh, what about the fridge? So what? They flew out of a fucking airplane in a little teeny tiny fucking raft onto a fucking river, went down, fell off a fucking cliff, went all the fucking way down, went through the rapids, and they didn't even get a fucking scratch. And they stayed on the fucking thing, and the raft didn't get poked, it didn't get broken, it didn't deflate, didn't do shit. Or a fucking airplane goes through the fucking tunnel, goes right by them, rolls in front of them, blows up in front of them, and they stop free. These are fantasy. I don't see fucking guys in fucking caves sitting there for thousands of years with the fucking Holy Grail next to them. What's the difference between that and Aliens? I can understand if you put Aliens in fucking Die Hard or Rambo, which I would actually like to see. I would love to see fucking that Rambo 5 with Rambo fucking up that creature. I wanted to see that movie. Fuck. I really did. But people, fucking assholes. If you don't like the idea, fine. But I would love to have seen that. Would love to have seen it. Fuck it. But it's all fancy. I don't see fucking arts of, you know, that Nazi faces. That's not realistic. Ripping people's heart out, but then they're still fine. It's like they're fantasies. And it takes place in the 50s. Of course it's aliens. What the fuck is the big deal? What other find would they be? You already took the fucking Holy Grail, which would be number 1. You took the fucking Ten Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant. A fucked up religious cult. Which that's more of a horror movie than fucking Red State. What the fuck else are they gonna find? Atlantis? Yeah, we're gonna go in the water and here's some motherfucker. He's got deals. Oh, you fucking killed Costner? You don't piss in a cup and eat it? Yeah, I don't know. You don't eat piss, but, you know, maybe they're fucking, maybe they're piss, maybe the people in Atlanta, maybe their piss is chunky. You never know. I don't fucking care. Atlantis is a lame idea. What the fuck else are they gonna look for? The MacGuffin, as they call it. What the fuck would it be? It was entertaining. I don't understand why they filmed these bitch that. Oh, the fridge. There's a lot of crazy shit that fucking is unrealistic in Indiana Jones films. Every single one has them. You can't tell me that. There's certain movies you can pull that card on. But the movie was entertaining. It's not perfect, but it's entertaining. I don't fucking understand it. I sympathize with people who didn't like the MacGuffin because I never liked the MacGuffin. George and I had big arguments about the MacGuffin, the aliens. I didn't want these things to be either aliens or interdimensional beings, but I am loyal to my best friend. When he writes a story he believes in, even if I don't believe in it, I'm going to shoot the movie the way George envisioned it. So what? If you don't like the story, then don't do the fucking movie. Oh, but I leave it up to George. Well then, fuck it. I don't know what the fuck to say about that. I don't know. Dress Part 4, the screenplay is being written. We have a good story. We have a better story for 4 than we have for 3. Well, you don't need Dress Part 4. Get an action movie with people with shotguns fucking up dinos. Like that game Dino Crisis, for fuck's sake. Do that, yeah. Spielberg doesn't do that shit. I know this is going into an hour, but hey, you know. Haven't made a video in a week, what can I say? Seeing if there's any new news that don't want to miss. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Joel and Ethan Coen, new film. New Line Cinema picks up another found footage project. This is called Category 6. That takes high school students who tried to survive the worst hurricane in U.S. history and captured on POV cameras and cell phones. Is it going to end the exact same way as every other fucking found footage movie? That's my problem with those. They end the exact same fucking way. Everybody dies, or everybody's fucked up. That's how they all end. Yes, I love Blair Witch Project. That was the first time I saw it, and I bought into it, and I still do. I think they handle that very well. Cloverfield I like. But Paranormal Activity, fucking that movie Apollo 18, Last Exorcism, they all end the same way. Everybody fucking dies. and it's fucked up. The end is that same fucking way. It's stupid. You go into a movie knowing how the fuck it's going to end. Fuck is this? The Evil Dead reboot. Which is going to be directed, I guess, by Fede Alvarez. Who made this Uruguayan... Uruguay. You are gay. Yes, Uruguay, but that makes me remember a Simpsons episode where he looked at the globe, Homer Simpson, and it's Uruguay, and he says, "Oh, you are gay." He thought it said "you are gay." Uruguay, short-term feature director, remaking Evil Dead, which I know my friend Effrey showed me this clip. The reason they didn't want to do Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash is just Sam Raimi, Rob Taper, Bruce Campbell's like, well, we don't want to ruin it because we may want to do a sequel or a remake. I'm like, what the fuck? How is that going to ruin it? If you do Ash in that movie, you're not going to ever do a sequel. Even if you somehow did, it would take place after. It's not like they would kill Ash in the fucking movie. One hero, two villains. Gee, they're not going to kill the fucking hero. And if it's a remake, when you name don't have fucking Ash in it, then how the fuck is it gonna hurt? Ash in one movie, no Ash in the remake. Which is called Evil Dead. This is called Freddy vs. Jason vs. Fucking stupid, fucking dumb. Freddy vs. Jason 2, Ashes to Ashes. No. Fucking dumb. And basically it's like kids, yeah, rewrites by the same shithead who wrote Jeffrey's Body and Juno. Wow. It's, hey, we're going to the cabin because my sister has been on drugs and we're gonna try to get the shit out of her, and oh, we just found a book and we read it because we all know how to read fucking Sumerian fucking rights. It's gonna be shitty. Just like Fright Night Remake. Sam Worthington, Gerard Butler, and... Wait, what is this? Sam Worthington, Gerard Butler, and Matthew McConaughey will all star in the action thriller Thunder Run. Using the same technology from Avatar, this will be the first conventional war film using facial and motion capture technology along with CG and 3D to bring the action from the front lines of Baghdad to the big screen. The fuck? What's wrong with doing it, like, I don't know, practical? Like Rambo 3, which everybody bitches on. Look at the ending of Rambo 3. You didn't need fucking CG 3D Avatar bullshit. Fuck that. If I see a trailer, I'll eat my words if it's good. If I was interested in back-to-back independent sequels yet again, even if Will Smith isn't in it, then why the fuck make it? Stupidity. Stupidity. Fuck it, I'll end it here because this stupidity is making my brain melt. But anyway, it's almost an hour-long vlog. Damn. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Either before this or after this, you'll see my review of Hellraiser Revelations. So until then, take care. Have a happy Halloween. I'll probably be watching this for my Halloween movie because I haven't seen this film in a while. I enjoy this film. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a re-review of this film. Who knows? But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll talk to you later. Ciao.